Hello, everyone, and welcome to Variant Roles. I am your host, Dan Gaston, at MadSciDM on Twitter. I use he, him pronouns, and we are here on Variant Roles to play Project VHS, Cypher System. And I am so stoked to be back here with all of these wonderful, wonderful folks. So I think I'm just gonna hand it over to them to introduce themselves and remind you who they are playing in this sci-fi occult horror game. And I'm going to start tonight with Quinn.
Hello, sorry, tear it out. I just hit myself really hard. Hello, I'm Quinn. We're doing great. I use she, her pronouns. I'm Quintastic _ on Twitter. Tonight I'm playing, who am I? Fuck. We're doing great. I'm playing Dr. Mesley Flores, a perceptive speaker who calculates the incalculable, and that's definitely all she does. It's
fine. Excellent. All right. And moving around to Emma.
Hello, I'm Emma. I use she, her pronouns. Tonight I am playing Billy Lawless, who also uses she, her pronouns, and she is a mystical adept who explores dark places of the mind.
Perfect. All right. Maria.
Well, hello. I'm Maria. I use she, they pronouns. I am at Happy Capster on Twitter. And tonight, I will be playing Eva Delgado, who is an inquisitive explorer who would rather be reading.
And she spent, I think, a lot of time doing that.
Yep. It was a lot of that tonight.
Perfect. All right. And Val.
Hi, I'm Val. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I am playing Natasha Longshot Kane, a mysterious explorer who dances with a halo of dark fire. I don't know why that was so delayed getting out of my brain. I'm doing great. Everything's fine. The void will consume us all. Bye.
All right. On that note, Taryn.
Hey everybody, I'm Taryn. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Marcus Hatsey, a tongue-tied warrior who no longer needs no weapon, but brandishes defense as a weapon.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, we have Anders.
Hello, I'm Anders. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I will be playing Takashi Hano, aka Glitch, who also uses he, him pronouns, who is a weird adept who rides the lightning.
Excellent. All right. Who is giving us our recap of last week's episode?
So there were tentacle monsters and void things, and Glitch has lightning powers now, and it's crazy. We started the last session with activating a security protocol because Glitch tried to take some equipment, and the egg did not care for that. Marcus one-punched this tentacle being, well, 2 punches, but one punch was that, and suddenly realized he had a shield when he went to go protect Billy. Glitch used his new lightning powers to contain the nanites and put them safely back in the container. Metzley watched the entire thing via the strange crystal shard she stabbed in her abdomen and hung out with one of the alien beings. So that was then woke up and said, "Oh, I remember nothing." It was the shock. The shock has gotten to me.
Well, Kane had a big thing with the whole tattoo business, just FYI.
So nothing happened with Kane. Kane is normal. Everything's fine because I'm telling the recap. I can leave things out. No, Kane, who revealed that she had the first marking on her back, and that the last marking was also slowly starting to appear as well, and that the markings are somehow alive and writhing under her skin, and didn't mention that because why would nothing is noteworthy there. We set up tent pods and decided to actually have a rest for the first time because we are still on day 1 of our exploration to the egg, and it's going really well.
That's right. Excellent. Val, that was a great recap. Perfect. Thank you. All right. So, yes, our intrepid crew of the UNS Erebus set up their tent pods in the library? Yes, in the library with the crystal shard. Colonel Mustard murdered. Anyway, so set those up and went to rest. Now, some people have rested and some people have not. So we'll see how that goes. But I guess everyone has had, over the last little bit, several side scenes behind the scenes that reflect things that have happened over the course of the night. So we're going to fill you in on at least the broad strokes of what happened. And we're just going to go through everyone's point of view. I think was what we agreed, right? Sort of on what's happened, even if it involves several people. And you can fill in the blanks from your character's perspective as we go. And I'm just going to go the reverse order that we did our intros and start with Anders.
That's me. Okay, what did Glitch do? Glitch did not sleep. I will start with that. Maybe got like 1 hour of nap time in. He spent the night with the nanite programming artifact that he took. He went and got medically checked out by Ms. Tilly. Opened up a little bit about some concerns, had a realization that Ms. Tilly reminds him of someone, and shut down and left as soon as that happened. Thanked Marcus for keeping them safe and started to talk to Marcus about the mission and missions in general. What else? There were so many, had so many side scenes. Had a very, very, very long conversation with Kane where they shared some more things that they have in common and started to have some theories that got real scary there for a minute. And then they kind of came to an agreement about what they were going to do. Looked at nanite samples with Billy, including his own blood and Billy's blood, and did maybe some comparing, contrasting of those. And hung out with Eva, and they had a hug. They hugged, and there were head pats, and it was really sweet. And there was a lot, and I'm struggling to remember it all, and I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. As long as we fill people out on the broad strokes, you know, our viewers will just have to be content with mysteries. So yes, and so mechanically speaking, you did figure out that the device in cipher speak is an artifact.
Yes.
It's, you know, a piece of potent alien technology that you can use to program nanites, and we're still figuring out exactly everything that it does. So what about Marcus?
So Marcus, after helping getting all the tents and stuff set up, first thing he did was went and got checked on by Dr. Metzley Flores just to make sure that everything was just bruised and not broken after getting a couple of tentacle slaps during the fight earlier. Everything seemed...
Tentacle slaps, y'all. Sorry.
And my train of thought is gone.
Sorry.
Anyway. But no, and then they end up having a conversation about sort of ideas about what exactly this place is doing and powers. Marcus used sarcasm for the first time with Dr. Flores. That shocked her a bit. But yeah, then had a run-in with Dr. Ava Delgado on the way to go see Billy. they had a very, very quick exchange, but it included a lot of emotion and comfort and trauma. And then, I went and saw Billy real fast just to check in because she had made a comment about sort of not feeling useful or something after the end of that fight, and he wanted to make sure that she was okay. And they had a conversation about pain rolls and duckies, and Marcus had a little bit of a breakthrough with coming to terms with some of the stuff that he's gone through, and then tried to get some rest, but was at one point disturbed by Glitch, who, they had a conversation about Marcus's past with service and missions and things like that, and then did a quick checkup on Kane while she was doing a watch, and they had a conversation about watching each other 6. So
Excellent. And Kane.
Sorry, I was really quickly clipping that tentacle slaps, y'all. So Kane didn't sleep for backstory reasons and just kept walking around the perimeter, counting the steps, exploring slightly further out. And the first conversation she got was with Metzley, where there was like a little mini standoff with her and Metzley, but because they're incredibly similar personalities, and similar people, but also they had a weird understanding. I love their relationship. It makes me so happy. They had a conversation with Glitch where they revealed secrets about themselves. Glitch revealed secrets about himself, and they discussed theories about what the aliens may want with us. None of them were good. Had a conversation with Ava where she apologized to Ava for panicking and snapping when Metzley was down, and again revealed secrets because apparently this was a healing secret session, and had a really nice moment there. Marcus had a chat with, again, theories about what was happening. They agreed to watch each other's backs and also get everyone out. That was Glitch. Yeah, Glitch and Kane agreed to a coup. We've taken the tent pods. We've started our own ship. We've gone rogue, and we'll become pirates. Last one was oh god, there was one with Billy and Ava. Billy and Ava had a beautiful one where there was an argument, well, not an argument, but a scene with Metzley and Ava where we were all a part of it, and Ava went off, and Billy and Kane and Ava all kind of came together as these 3 very broken, very sad, tired people who were holding each other together, and that was the sweetest. And then Billy and Kane had a scene where Billy shared her past and Kane shared the worst thing about herself, and was accepted for it, which is like a major thing for her because she has done some bad stuff, y'all. And so that was, it's a lot. It's beautiful.
All right. How was Eva's night?
Well, Eva didn't really sleep. We all rested really, really well. So the first thing she did was collect a lot of books from the library to put in her own personal pod. She has like mountains of them now. Took the map of the egg that she discovered last week to a bunch of people. Firstly to Marcus. The conversation was, as he said, brief, but they connected in a way that they didn't, I don't think, intended or anticipated. She then had a conversation with Billy where the 2 of them cried a lot There was a lot of tears that happened. There was a lot of sharing of the really, really painful stuff. And Billy gave her a gift, which is now on, God, you can't see it. There it is, on her arm. There are 3 different runes. After that conversation, let's see, the 3 doctors had a brief powwow that kind of tapered off. It didn't really go most anywhere, where no information was shared or gleaned or anything. It was fine. Everything's fine. Eva and Glitch conversed about theories, lots of theories, theories and questions. Eva told Glitch that everywhere sucks, and Glitch was like, but you don't suck. And then there were hugs and there was head pats, and it was sad and great. Kane and Eva had another particularly accepting and healing moment together, wherein there was chocolate involved, as well as more tears and more hugs. And then Eva had a conversation with Mesli, and it was very late. It was like 3 a.m, I think we established, wherein Mesli told Eva what she had seen in the Matrix. Puzzle pieces were connected in Eva's head. There was a very loud screaming that happened that evening. And Eva is scared and left as everyone came. She had a conversation with Kane and Billy, and eventually fell asleep for a couple of hours, which is the first time she's done that in a long time. Long story short, she cried a lot. A lot of crying.
Yeah. All right. Billy.
Hello. Billy was very busy. I had to make notes because I didn't want to forget. Okay, Billy began her evening, speaking with Ava, and we shared the deep, painful parts of ourselves, like the big secrets, the big, deep, heavy secrets. And Billy had a moment after the encounter with the tentacle monster thing. She realized that she was repeating her same mistakes, and so she chose to share her story with Ava. And she realized that she's not going to get anywhere if she doesn't start facing her own demons. And then there was a lot of crying there. And then she spoke and hung out with Marcus, where she shared a bit about her history with ducks, rubber duckies. And she felt that Marcus has been her lighthouse during this time, because she feels like she's in a pretty heavy fog, and he keeps saying that she's doing things right. Then had a very intense conversation with Metzli, where I think they were hoping to discuss the nature of the egg, and instead discussed the nature of themselves. And it got very intense, and Billy now believes that Metzli needs a ducky. So she gave her one. And then she ran off. I think it was too intense. Then she hung out with Glitch for a bit to look at nanites. She thinks he's really cool. And that was fun. And then she slept for a bit and was awoken by a scream, where she went running to Ava, and Metzli and the whole group kind of joined there. Then she caught back up with Ava and Natasha, where they finished their conversation, had a bit more unpacking. They put Ava to sleep, and then she hung out with Natasha, where she shared again the big secrets, the big, deep, heavy, painful secrets. Determined that the only way that she thinks the only way that we're all going to make it out of here is if we hold on to each other, and if we be each other's duckies. So I think, and then she wandered around outside for a bit and made a personal video log and got about another hour of sleep. And that was her time.
All right. And Mestly.
While people were having feelings, Mestly, God, what happened first? She checked out Marcus and Glitch after the fight that she definitely didn't know about. Mestly's big overarching thing for the night was processing the amount of like brain overload that she had. So some things she actually did forget and some things she lied about, but who can say? I can say. She did the thing. That's a secret scheme. That's another secret scheme. Put a tab in that. The 3 doctors talked. And Mesley is trying to keep her cool and it's not working and it's really frustrating. And then she talked to Billy and that didn't go as planned. She's fine. She had the hint of a feeling and ran away very quickly, literally. Shit. There's a lot going on there. And then she talked to Kane. That nice, juicy, tense scene with Kane. Yikes. Where it was like, I know you've got secrets. I know you've got secrets. Great. Cool. Nothing was resolved. And then was it Eva? And then it was Eva, which was great. She, in like the worst possible way, she told Eva what happened on Mars. Dan, I keep making jokes about how you took like the worst person to deliver bad news and gave her all of it. Bedside manner was not great. She's been behaving kind of erratically and everyone's kind of like, you good? And she's like, it's fine. Yeah, that covers it, right?
All right. Excellent. So, the next day, December 17th, 2082. I guess it dawns. Alarms go off, you know, that it's that time back to another work cycle. People can, of course, suit up and go out the airlocks of the tents and back into the atmosphere of the inverted pyramid. Are you choosing to leave the tent set up here as kind of a base camp or pack them back up and take them with you again?
I think we could discuss that at our breakfast team meeting.
Our breakfast.
Sure.
I think
Sure.
so.
Sure.
Which is a thing that is going to happen, whether Metzley wants it or not.
All right. So what's it's like when you're all getting recharged and reset for the day?
Who wants to go first?
Good morning. If we think it's morning, perhaps it's evening. Hello. I trust we all had a very restful and nourishing last 12 hours. I think we all feel good about that. So I thought perhaps it would be a really good idea for us to talk about what we do going forward. And she's going to like look at like the pilot and the security and be like, am I?
You're doing great.
I think, yeah, you have the right idea, Dr. Lawless. Or Billy. Sorry, it's early. Marcus has like a cup of coffee that's been like insta-made. Just, like, clutching it, just slowly sipping. I think that's going over this map is going to be our first probably topic this morning, figuring out where we want to go, where we need to go to get to the bottom of this, and then figuring out how we're going to get through all this together.
I
Eva,
think
well,
that is
go
the
ahead.
key phrase. Sorry, go on.
No, you go.
No, you. No, you.
I will go.
Kane, you're going nowhere.
Kane's like that Rosa meme where she's climbing out the window. No, we're having a brunch feelings. We're doing
Oh,
We'll pull out the tablets.
yeah.
And I assume there's like some sort of like table thing. She'll just put it on there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Little display thing. We, you know
Turn
what we
it on.
use is we use Freddy to like floats in the middle and then like does like a
Yes.
projection up for us.
There we go. There we go.
Sure, yeah.
And I kind of just look at it. Doctors, this is, I feel, your areas of expertise.
Billy's gonna pull out her tablet and click a few buttons and send you all the research log that she recorded that I sent to you all yesterday. Oh.
If this is teamwork brunch, Mesley is not present currently.
Kane is going to get Mesley.
Yes.
I'm coming. I'm coming in the tent.
That's a good scene. I think we should work that out first before we go back to breakfast.
In which case, then Kane is going to find Metzley, starting with her tent, and then she's going to do the equivalent of knocking on a tent door, I guess.
Well, so keep in mind that like outside is, except to Billy, is like totally toxic, kill you in seconds. So it's not like individual tents. It's more like you set up individual tents, but then they're connected by like tubes and things. And also like the room isn't huge, so they're all like, you basically like get up off the table, take 10 steps, and there's like some sort of privacy door thing that you know, hammer on, and Metzley should be just on the other
Just
side
a
of that.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
hear it, dude. Is the if there's a privacy door between that and the table, Kane's just gonna get up, walk, pause, close that door, and then knock on Metzley.
Sure.
You don't hear a response.
Dr. Flores, I know you're in there. Where else are you gonna go?
Is there a response?
Okay, we're having a brunch. There could be discussions about what the egg and what's going on here. Potentially, there will be theories being made. Sure you don't want to be a part of that?
Nothing.
I'm really fighting every urge not to just break into this door. Ah! Dr. Flores, we need you.
Nothing.
We need you to be there. We need you to come out. Because we aren't going to make it. None of us. We're not going to make it unless we stick together. And I know you don't want to rely on us or have to feel like you want to rely on us. I know you think that this research you're doing, whatever you're doing, is something that is yours and that you need to do. And that's okay. But we need you. We all of us need you. You're not just our doctor, you're very important to this mission and this crew. You're a part of our crew, and we're not leaving you behind no matter what.
you would start to hear movement at this point, and you can probably safely assume that she is just waking up.
I'm gonna wait. But I am gonna grab some tea. And wait with a cup of tea.
Marcus just like has it ready for you when you get back and just hands it.
It's just like a silent communication like thing, like it's just like thanks.
And she will eventually emerge with a cigarette in her smoke pot, because you thought that she left those behind. She did not. Damn it, gonna smoke in every place that I can. Cause Miss Lee, she looks like she hasn't slept, but she has. And she just kind of glances at Kane and just goes and takes a seat in the communal space.
Just pass the tea. And then I go sit back in the communal space. I imagine with the setup, it's like, oh my god, Billy's in like the middle and Marcus and Kane are either side, like a parent-teacher conference. We're here to
I think
discuss-
all 6 of us are equally around this table. I don't think we need like a conference setup.
I was just imagining like this is like, so we're here to discuss Billy's touching everything. We're very proud of her. Keep doing it.
But yeah, I don't even know if the conversation continues while Kane is like trying to get Metzley.
Billy wouldn't say anything.
Waiting. Yeah, Marcus is just coffee.
Eva also has coffee. Very black coffee.
So who didn't sleep?
I didn't.
It's like 4 hands.
Yeah, it.
Well,
Oh.
thank you all for coming here today. I do appreciate it. She's gonna dig around in her bag, and you're really at this point not sure where they're all coming from, but she's gonna pull out another rubber ducky, and she's gonna place it on the center of the table.
Lily has a small, not 3D printer, ducky printer in her pack. Just
Yes, that's right. I
It
do.
just
That's
prints-
literally
it
the
just
only
prints
thing she
rubber
ever brought.
duckies.
Yeah.
I have so many. I believe it is important that we all come to an understanding here that we are on the far edges of the of the solar system. And I think it has become quite clear to many of us that we are on a mission, yes, but that we are running. And whatever it is that many of us are running from or chasing, we may not be able to ever run quite far enough. And the place that we are in is dangerous. I think we can assume that at this point. And I don't think that we will get much farther if we don't begin demonstrating and practicing some level of trust. I don't think we'll get very far at all. In fact, I think they will destroy us in here if we don't destroy ourselves first, and I don't want to let that happen. Which means that we need to make sure that we take care of one another and that we take care of ourselves, whether we like it or not.
I know I haven't exactly been the most forthcoming member. But I consider each of you a friend. This isn't just a mission now. I've said I'm going to get you all out of this before, but I want to get out with you now. And Billy's right. That means trust. If there's one thing I've seen in service, it's the only way everyone survives is trust.
Whatever this thing is, whatever it wants, and I want to be optimistic and believe in Billy when she says it maybe wants our help. But honestly, I'm not an optimist, so whatever it wants, it has our memories, it has our experiences, it has our secrets, it has our lies. The lies that we've told each other, the lies that we've told ourselves. And it is doing something, showing each of us the parts of ourselves that we came here to run from or to run towards. And I think whatever it wants from us, I don't think it has the best intentions. But that doesn't matter. Because whatever it wants from us, it's not going to get. Because this whole thing we've been doing, the lying and the secrets, I mean, look at us. We're a bunch of broken, tired people. But we're here. We're alive. We're at the edge of the solar system and we're alive. We're seeing things that no one else has ever seen before because we made it this far. And we can make it further. Because I actually think we can do this. And I'm fighting every instinct inside of me that says run from this. Because of you lot. Because on Merc ships it's easy. Because on Merc ships you get in, you get out, you do the job, whoever gets left behind, and someone will try and kill you. That's just part of the job description. But I look at all of you. I don't want any of you to die. I actually like you. And for some reason, you lot seem to like me. So it is my personal and professional opinion. Fuck this egg and whatever it wants from us. Because we're going out the other side, no matter what it does to us, no matter what it transforms us into, we're going out the other side and we're making it along the next step. But we have to do this together. We have to trust each other. Because it will continue to use our secrets and our lies against each other. And that will seed suspicion, doubt, mistrust. That marking I have. Glitch, Billy, Ava, Metzley, you know about it. Marcus, that marking I sent, the first one I sent, it's on my back. I don't know how it got there. I have no memories beyond the last 7 years. I woke up with it. I don't know what it means. I do know that there is now a second mark appearing, the last one we sent, coming from nowhere. And, well, if we're going to trust each other, we've got to be honest, so. I believe in us. I believe in this crew. And we're going to make it.
I think Eva's just gonna reach over and just take Kane's hand with her consent and just hold it, squeeze it.
Kane's going to squeeze back.
Well, this is a heavy conversation to have with very little sleep. Can I just ask everyone? Kane, you said we're gonna do it. What are we trying to do? Because I feel like all of us, not some of us, I'm not trying to point blame. We all have different goals here. And I feel like some of those goals might get in the way of others. So if we're gonna be trusting each other, I'm asking if some people have goals other than the survival of the rest of us that they would put first. That's what I'm asking. I'll just go out and say it.
Billy will take a moment to pointedly look at Dr. Flores.
just all of our faces slowly turn like.
Marcus is just shaking his head and drinking his coffee like everyone's fine, right?
Yeah, we're all
Right.
cool here.
Yeah, everyone's
Everyone's good.
fine.
Everyone's
It's all fine.
we're on the same level.
And then she will say, I do not have any intentions that will potentially prevent the survival of this group or our return to Earth. But I will say that researching the secrets of the universe and our solar system is something that I have done for a tremendously long time. And it has caused me all of the pain that I carry with me now. So there is a level of importance to discovering what this means out here. But I will not put any one of you in danger to make some sort of discovery.
I'm going to add to this. If anyone has any grand plans of self-sacrifice, just put that in your pocket. Put it away. We don't want it. self-sacrificing is really noble in stories. But no one gets left behind. Because Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind. I forgot. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will mute myself for the rest of this session.
Disney Plus, everyone.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. But
Hashtag definitely not sponsored.
yeah,
What?
hashtag definitely not
What?
sponsored. But
If-
the mouse, come on, you know you want this.
Please don't touch us, mouse. That's
Don't
weird.
touch. Don't touch. Bad touch.
Oh, no, thank you.
Anyway,
Anyway, back to seriousness. But yeah, no. And I look specifically at Marcus, Glitch, and Billy, and Ava.
so everyone but
Everyone.
Because the two people you don't have to worry about that with are Metzley and Kay. Possibly. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at Metzley.
Yeah.
You're involved in this too. You're in this now.
aside real fast. You told me in a side scene, like at the beginning, that you were like, if something goes wrong, just leave me.
I
Sorry.
still stand by that. There's no self-sacrificing. Just if I trip, just keep going.
Not how that works.
I'm like Sonic. I can run really fast. Yeah, I'm just gonna look at everybody and say, no grand schemes of self-sacrifice, and no secret schemes of self-sacrifice. Just no self-sacrifice, okay? We're a team. We stick together, and we get out the other side together. And I'm gonna look specifically at Metzi, where it's like, we stick together, and we're all gonna make it together.
I light up a fresh cigarette.
There we go.
I think it's really important that and she'll kind of like cautiously look over towards Metzley. The reason I was here is to figure out why everything, why I was literally here and no one else was. Metzley shared with me last night that the Martian site was attacked. And I remembered it. Kind of. It was just kind of gestures around. It was them. It was shadowy visages of them, and they took everyone. And we had just found something. We had just found, and she'll point to the tablet. We had just found this. And I don't think this was ever meant to be found. And I think I think that when they catch up to us, I don't think whoever they are going to be too happy that we're here. Someone seems to really value their information and really want to keep it secret.
Marcus is just gonna.
Information is power.
Marcus just silently puts a hand on Ava's shoulder.
Yeah, if I'm still
With her
holding
consent.
If I'm still holding Ava's hand, I'm going to give it another squeeze.
I think it might also be perhaps a good thing to make note of that sometimes the secrets that we keep, we're not so great at keeping them. And sometimes when you think no one sees you, we do. And I will look directly at Dr. Flores.
I think where I stand on the matter of research became very clear very quickly.
I know that Glitch needs to know about that, but I think it's also important to note that when I say that we see you, I mean that we see you. And that it's okay to not be okay.
You don't have to be the one asking questions all the time.
You're also not alone. None of us are. We came here thinking we were, but we're not. We need each other. And we need each other. Guys, I mean, look at us. We've got one of the foremost experts on occultism, one of the people from the Mars incident, and one of the most brilliant linguists and archaeologists I've ever met. Someone who has the biggest heart as well as the biggest brain when it comes to nanites and computers and stuff that I can't even comprehend, not to mention some wicked skateboard skills. Someone who will always step in front of something to protect those he cares about. Someone who is so driven that she will achieve what she sets her mind to, and that is amazing. Now, I'm just a pilot.
Bullshit.
You're not just a pilot, Kane.
Bullshit, Kane. You know that.
It says so on my pass. It just says pilot.
That's not even close to what you are.
But I think together, looking at all these brilliant minds, these brilliant people, and I'm going to look at Flores when I say this, there are no coincidences. Because we know coincidences are a lie people tell themselves. All of us, we're here. And I think, I'm going to look at Glitch, I think we were chosen specifically for this. I think this egg has been watching us long before we even realized it. And I think if this egg chose us, then it seriously underestimated what it was getting. Because I aim to be the biggest pain in the arse it's ever encountered.
It's an egg. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have an ass.
We don't know that for sure. It's going to be the next scientific paper. Does the egg have an ass?
I don't know. That tentacle thing was an ass. So
That's true.
That's true. But the way you dealt with it was badass. There we go. We brought it full circle.
I'm gonna look over at Mesley. So, I feel like I should say this now because it could get us in trouble later. About being chosen for this mission. I wasn't. I'm not Takashi Hano. So, all that computer ship engineering science that you're supposed to have to keep you safe and protect you, don't have that. So, sorry about putting all of you in danger. Yeah, that's not me.
Then who do you want to be? Because it doesn't matter what your name is, you're still you. You're still Glitch or whatever you want us to call you.
I don't want you to think you have support that you don't. I don't.
But we do have the support. You've shown that.
I mean, the real guy is 65 years old. He's got like 40 plus years of experience on me. You'd be much better off with him.
We have you and you're enough.
Yeah, I can categorically say we are not better off with him. We are better off with you. But here's him. This is you. I think we wouldn't have lasted this long if we didn't have you. Actually, I don't think that. I know that.
Well, that's nice to hear, I guess, but we're putting things on the table, so I'm going to reach into my bag and literally put on the table the stolen modified ID card that I've been using on the table. Anyone else?
Yeah, we're being completely honest. I'm going to take off the dog tags I have and put them on the table. Yeah, Natasha Kane is a fake identity. It's one of many. When I woke up with these. And this, which was stabbed into my abdomen. Long story. Only name I have is Longshot. So, yeah. I lie a lot, big surprise. But I'm finding I like being Natasha Kane.
My name is my name. Just thought I would clear that up.
Whoa.
I'm Marcus Hatsey, security officer of the UNS Erebus. Nice to meet everyone. Kane, you're happy to have you around.
I am technically Billy Lawless, according to the law. That's not the name that I was born with. the UN had to give me a new identity after I crossed some boundaries that I shouldn't have during one of my missions. Personal mission. I was born with a different name, but she is legally dead. So I am, in fact, Billy Lawless. And I guess that duckies are the only thing that remain from my previous life. My fiance, Penelope, would call for Ducky. That was me. When she got scared if I brought her onto missions with me, onto exploration. That I think I do want to keep, but I know I have to let Penelope go, and I think that's why I had to run out all the way here to figure that out. I had to get very far away to realize that I will never be able to run far enough.
I'm looking at Mistily.
I am exactly who I say I am. But don't get in the way of my research.
Think you have the wrong idea. We're here to help. Metzley.
Maybe I don't want any. But I'm here to keep you alive, and I'll do that too.
Think you're trying too hard.
To what?
Push us away.
I don't have to try.
Yeah, you do.
I'm going to very slowly take the rubber ducky that I put in the middle of the table. And even though I've already given her one, I'm going to slowly push it over so that it's sitting in front of Dr. Flores. And then I will stand up and excuse you. And I will I will slowly stand up and say, I think we have some fallen angels to speak to and an egg to explore. And I will leave and head outside.
Hey, Billy, we didn't actually decide where we're going next. You probably should come back.
We
Right.
got the map
Yep.
out.
You need to come. We had a lot of
Sorry.
heart-to-heart moments,
Sorry.
but we really need to discuss the next part of the mission.
Sorry,
But
I'm not.
it looked really cool.
It was awesome. You did great. We
It's
just
okay.
need to finish
It's okay.
this
You know
moment.
what? It's a. I'm gonna
have
just like
more
awkwardly stand
protocols.
in the doorway and just like shift back and forth, like I don't know what to do with my body. Just like.
I think Marcus is like
What do I do with
actively
my
laughing at the moment right now. Just like, where were you going?
I was going into the far. I was just. Where do we want to go next?
It's also one of those cases where you go for the dramatic exit, but you have to spend 45 minutes putting on a spacesuit.
I don't.
Yeah,
That's
Billy
true,
does
that's
not.
true. Billy
But I
does
do
not.
struggle with the zipper on the door.
To get in the airlock.
Yeah. But so, as I said earlier, before Dr. Flores was present, doctors, where do we go?
Kind of zoom in on the pyramid that we have, and kind of very vaguely trace this weird labyrinthy path, and point all the way at the bottom and say, this is labeled as the threshold, but also as the entrance to the underworld. So that could be a good sightseeing place. But there's also, and she'll just kind of like move over to the side annotation, this, which is what she showed you, Marcus, and she'll trace her finger over it as she translates. Those who would unlock the void must walk the path of ritual. So, I mean, earlier, the first and the ninth symbol, they referred to a name, which is Paimon, but they also referred to a place, which was called the place of disillusion and the place of unbeing, also known as the void. I'm not saying we should go somewhere called the void, because that to me sounds terrifying. But the other place we could go, and she'll just zoom back out and go all the way to the center of the egg, and there's like nothing else except for this giant ball of question mark. We could go see what that is. Although I don't know if that terrifies me more or less.
As far as you can tell, and just to clarify, while I guess you probably could find places where the various like structural tubes, Taryn, thank you, where they would connect elsewhere on the, because this essentially the egg is like a Dyson sphere the size of like Cirrus, right? So it's massive. Those structural tubes that are noted as having transportation things in them would connect to the outside at various places. But as far as you can tell, the only way that you can access any of those is there is one that connects to the tip of the pyramid. So also at the bottom.
Oh, right.
Clarifying question. So when the various demons/fallen angels were listed, were each one of them associated with the runes that we have seen, the sigils?
Yes.
Okay, on the map, do we see where those sigils are located, or do we only see runes?
You just see rooms.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
But we have seen 3 rooms. I drew them. We've seen 3 rooms with 3 runes in them. The first room had the 9th symbol in it. This room had the 7th, yeah, and then the one that Glitch was in
had the 8th.
Yeah. Did we
wait
pinpoint
the room that Glitch was in, where he stepped into the like thingy?
The lab had the 8th
lab.
symbol.
The one where we fought the giant tentacle monster.
That's
security system. So
yeah, the one that you ran to. Yeah. It's great. Everything is fine.
My brain is Billy / Emma's brain is going places.
Oh, this is fine.
As far as we know, we have only met one of the fallen angels listed. Is that accurate? And she'll like slowly make eye contact with everyone at the table.
Are we saying these aliens are what we know as fallen angels on Earth? Is that the connection that's happened here that I might have missed?
Not necessarily. I'm just saying that they were listed in the exact same way that they are listed in the Goetia of the Lesser Key of Solomon. And that is a listing of fallen angels because they are the most powerful. They are exceptional. That doesn't necessarily mean that our knowledge on Earth is accurate.
Especially if our knowledge on Earth has been influenced by them already.
Or influenced by our own desire and what kind of narrative we would like to see in our own history and our own understanding of the universe. The strange piece is that Paimon is listed as the first and the ninth, and if we are going with the understanding that this is from the Goetia of the Lesser Key, that's wrong. He is not listed as the first and the ninth. He is only the ninth.
Hey,
Which
Dan,
either
Yes.
quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel like it would be a bad idea to plug in again?
Well, your brain fuzz has died down a bit.
Okay, I'll keep that in
Clarifying question. Just from conversation. When you said future investigation might be able to system traces of alarms and that, does that mean gotta wait for another alarm to go off and then try and trace it?
No, I just meant if it's totally up to you, right? Poking and prodding at the pyramid to see if you can figure out, stuff to do with electrical signals and all that sort of thing is totally something you could try and do.
Ah, my area of expertise, electrics. I will put out there then, I was trying to... Here's the weird thing. So, this place has security, right? Why did it only go off when Glitch tried to take the equipment? It didn't go off when we came in. It didn't go off when we pulled out the tablets. It didn't go off when we pulled down the helmet. It didn't go off when Billy put on the helmet. It didn't go off when Metzley and the crystal happened. It didn't go off when Glitch stood in the nanite chamber. But it went off when they tried to take the equipment. I think it's letting us take things.
It wants us to learn.
But only as much as it's willing to let us.
We keep using it.
They.
Yeah.
They.
I think it's each room is different. Each room is very different, and we pissed off someone I wouldn't say shouldn't have because we handled it, but we took something that fallen angel, as Billy has put it, didn't want us to. That's different.
I think, and I cannot stress this enough, the demons or fallen angels, I'm using fallen angel because if it's the Goetia, that's what it is. However, I also believe that demon has a tremendous amount of connotation that goes with it that we're not sure if that's happening here. The ones that are listed are the ones that can provide information, knowledge, secrets about language, science, arts, crafts, the direction of the wind, and where it comes from.
Which one is most interested in life, biology?
According to the things that I read, it would be Barbatos.
Or Paimon, who has knowledge and interest in the sciences. But again, we might not have any of the accurate information.
I pull out a second tablet and I say, well, according to them, Barbatos was equated to the language of life.
Yep. And that's the room that we were in,
Which room?
that you were in, Glitch.
Yeah, I think I've met that one. I think we said we've only met one. I think we've met two. Not here.
Excuse?
Yeah.
What?
Emma and I did like a also head turn. Like,
I didn't remember it until I was in there, which is wonderfully appropriate. I think that one was in contact with people on Earth because I remember being in a lab when one of these creatures Skyped in, for lack of a better word for it, and shared information about life.
Well, I don't know that my theory is correct. I think we need more information. I think we just need to go out. I think that what we need to also remember is that any plan we make can be instantly changed and destroyed in a second. And I think we all know that. And I think trying to create a plan for this place isn't wise. Trying to create a plan for some sense of our own safety, but I don't think we should try to plan how things will go once we leave these tents. And I think we just need to go.
I'd like to clarify. The species that we refer to as Martians does in fact exist and is separate from the Lesser Keys. You follow? So we're not that far off.
I say we go 7. No, we've been to 7. 6. Right? This is the next number down, isn't it? I mean, unless someone more knowledgeable has an opinion, it just, in my mind, makes sense to just...
Are the rooms labeled in any way, Dan? Annotated in any way that I can read?
Yeah, actually, I think when I said before that they weren't annotated with the symbols, that they are.
Oh. Excellent.
Yeah.
So,
So, so let's see, because I think I didn't give an image of the numbered. You have the one that's lettered, right?
Correct.
The map that's lettered. So you've been to A, B, and D. And A has the symbols 1 and 9 on the map. And B, 7, and D, 8. C is 2. E is 4.
Someone writing this down.
Got it. I got it.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
I didn't
F
do it
is-
fast enough.
Got it.
F
Okay.
is 5. G is 6. H is 3. And I is 1 and 9.
God, that's not great.
Will you take a screenshot of that and send that to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We can just put it in chat because then we can all see it.
Yeah, that. Whatever needs to be done here. Give me that information.
I was
I got it.
Give me the
I got it. I got it.
So what is the closest one to us where we are right now?
Back the way you came, so the first room. 8, right?
Okay.
And 4 are the ones that you have direct connections to from 7.
And we've been to 8.
You've been to 8. Yeah.
So
Oh.
Because eight is where 8 is
Eight's
where
in the middle.
glitch.
8 was the
Oh.
lab.
Okay. D was 8. D is 8. Cool.
Yeah, D is 8.
And we are in B right now.
You're in B, which is 7.
7. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. And then A is 1 and 9. Cool. Not cool, but cool.
So Billy's gonna point at 4. Shall we go visit the other marquee?
Yes,
I
but
think. Oh, go ahead.
nope. Please, Metzley, go. I've
Oh.
spoken enough.
I think I'd like to have another chat that involves stabbing.
So
When you say
when you say that,
chat,
I'm sorry. Does
do you
that mean
do you remember something?
who are you going to talk to, Dr.
There it
Flores?
is. We've met 3, haven't we?
Well, we haven't. Flores has.
Doctor.
Doctor?
It's not playing here.
What else did you see in there?
Was it?
Who did you see in there?
Is that where you found out?
Found out.
Where else, Eva?
I don't know, Flores. I don't really know a whole lot about you.
That's not really my problem, is it?
Everyone.
This is
We're-
what we were
we're getting
talking about.
distracted.
This is why we met.
We're getting distracted. Dr.
Yeah.
Flores, would you, Metzley? We're all here to. We have to trust one another. Who do you want to talk to?
Not a lesser key. It's probably some sort of AI.
What does it do?
Okay.
What does it do to you specifically? Because, I mean, if you're talking to you're already stabbing yourself in the stomach with a crystal, but that healed you, so we don't have to worry about trauma. What I'm more worried about is what does doing that do to you?
I don't think that really matters at this point.
It does matter. What does it do to you? And I don't mean in the weird AI talking way. I mean, what effect is it having, and how the more you do it, are you putting yourself at serious risk? Because in which case, we got to think very carefully about this. You may want to plug yourself in, but we don't want to do this very often. So if you're going to do it, we need to go in with a set group of questions. We need to know exactly what we're looking for.
We need to know how to get you out.
I think that's something I'd have to ask. There's not exactly a guide on this.
Do you think it's wise to do that when you just punctured yourself less than 24 hours ago? Should we wait a day? That might be a wise thing to do. You might be able to stay longer if you're more healed than you are right now.
It's more the brain's capacity to understand information transmitted in such a way than it is a matter of insertion. So
I
The mo-
feel like that statement still stands.
the more I do it, the better I'm going to get at it.
Reverse, the more you do it, the more you're going to decay your brain cells.
Well, then we'll find out next time, won't we?
Are we
This
on a
is-
reality show now?
I think we should trust Metzley here.
I
If this is
agree.
something that we're going to do moving forward, if we're going to be a unit and not just people stuck on the edge together, we need to trust, as much as we might struggle with that.
I think we need to trust you, Metzley, but you also need to trust us. So you can't walk off, stab yourself with a crystal, because you're vulnerable at that point. If the tentacles had been in the room with you and Ava, that could have been a completely different ballgame. You don't know that AI would have protected you from them.
You're right, I don't, which is why I said something instead of just going and doing it.
Exactly. So we've already taken a good step. We've all agreed to look after each other. We've all agreed to look out for each other. So, trust.
Okay. I have an idea, and this is Billy, with your permission. I'd like to assign duckies.
Billy actually does that.
Yeah. So I think Billy, you and Flores, Kanan Glitch, and myself and Ava. I think we need to. We have a tendency to divide into likeness, and that's not good. I think we need to divide to our strengths, to support each other, to cover weaknesses. I think those splits cover that. I'm sorry, I'm not great at explaining what I'm thinking.
I think that's a really good idea.
And I'm not saying we need to separate, as clearly we saw that didn't go well last time, but I think having a ducky to rely on is important. And he's making eye contact with Billy when he says ducky again.
Sorry about that, by the way. I don't think I ever apologized for that.
That's
My
nothing
bad.
to apologize for.
Nope.
We've got your back, Glitch. And just like we have Metzley's now. So
I am curious as to how you did it, though, Glitch.
Me too. Maybe you can ask your crystal.
On the topic of strange things, Marcus, I heard you got a shield.
yeah, that's another result of our time here. I hope we don't have to see it in action again. So, any other business?
I have one thing, which we could potentially, in relation to these security alarms, try and trace the source. And I look over to Glitch, like, I am good at forging things. I'm not good at the hacking.
I mean, yeah, I hack things. That's yeah.
I can also ask, probably.
I'm just thinking we can. I don't know if your AI friend will be totally upfront about that.
Let's cover our bases then. We can do both. So,
I think that AI may have been the reason for the alarm.
Then I guess we're going to figure out where he lives.
I
or
did
where
get
they
to
live.
watch.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, glad we put on a show.
Dr. Flores, is there anything else you saw in there that would be good for us to know? Let me rephrase that. Dr. Flores, was there anything else you saw in there? Because I hate to bring it up, we are in the middle of fucking space.
That's very astute.
Any piece of information is going to be most useful if it's told to everyone.
Which is why I need to go in and see what else I can get.
Okay. Everyone suit up, break camp, be ready to move, and then we'll plug in and Glitch can do his thing.
Are we leaving the tents here?
No, we're breaking down. We're getting ready to, we're going to be able to move them so that if we need to make camp later, we can have it with us. I'm not leaving this site here.
Oh, Dad, we're moving again?
Yes. I will be that dad role.
I will turn this egg around.
To be fair, the pyramid is like the size of a small city.
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to suit up and then I want to go play with my artifact until they tell me they need me to go do things.
Glitch. Marcus is gonna like make sure that you like don't just play your video games, but actually get to work and break camp.
You can have 30 minutes of your video games and then you gotta do your homework.
This will be helpful if it works. Just give me 5 seconds.
You had all
20
night with
minutes
that. You spent all night up with that machine.
And I figured out how it works. And now I can do things with it that will be extremely helpful. So again, 5 minutes.
So Glitch's tent is the last one up. Just in the middle.
I think Billy will also send out the information on the 2 ciphers that she picked up. And she'll send that out to everybody to see who like, but she'll probably go to Natasha and Marcus to say, I think that the 2 of you should choose who gets those. You're really the you know, the you know.
I get exactly what you mean, Billy.
Okay.
I don't know if that the one that the vial is for, because it's the one that basically turns people into a factory, and then there's
Got 'em.
the other one that
Yeah, the Deathbringer Soulbane.
yeah that one.
You know that one?
I
Traps the
think
souls and thrusts them into the void.
that one might be a Kane one. I think based on what we heard. Yeah. Still muted.
I know, that was deliberate. Because that was loud. Wait, did Webcatcher send to me? Maybe.
I will give Soulbane to Natasha. Marcus, I'm wondering if the factory one, that's like a thing that someone's gonna have to go through, painless or not. I think we should be, well, should be very careful with who gets that one.
And Billy, I hate to be the one to suggest this, but you seem to have adapted to where we are more so than anyone. You can expose yourself to this. If it needs to be collected afterwards, I think you're the only one who can be collected from safely.
Should I drink it now? Or?
I think we can wait. I don't think we have to use it. I don't think we have to use anything we find here or develop here.
Okay. But it will take time, so I guess if things are starting to get wibbly wobbly, we should consider all of our options.
Yes, I agree, but I think I want to wait.
Then you tell me when, and I will do it.
Gives you a nod.
She'll do the awkward I'm gonna okay.
Before you go, Natasha's gonna kind of lean over and say, "You also don't have to do it."
It's true.
Just saying, it's gonna put you through a lot, and we don't need it. So you don't have to do it.
We don't need it yet, but I am prepared. I haven't been anyone's ducky for 13 years. And I wasn't when I left. So here we are.
You have been my ducky for exactly 1 week.
I think you've been our ducky longer than you realize.
Yep.
Really.
So use it if you're prepared, but we're not asking you to do it.
Okay.
We're saying it is an option, and only if you are comfortable with doing it.
Okay.
Side note, I forgot I had a bunch of stuff from Metzley. Should probably send that to you guys as well. Equipment that we've brought down, protocols for field guide.
All right, folks. So you break down the tent.
Yep.
We do.
It's almost 9:00. We finally stopped talking.
Yay!
Listen, they've had a long night.
All right. So what are you doing?
I think the consensus was to go to 4. I'm taking this map tablet with me, by the way. It's staying with me forever.
I think that Flores wanted to speak to.
Oh,
I think
right.
She
Yes,
wanted
and-
to.
The jacking in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say Flores wants to jack in, and then Glitch is gonna check security stuff. So.
Right. So for the second bit, the only obvious anything that could be reasonably construed as a data port of any kind in the room are these various, insectile, crystal-tipped umbilical cords that come out of the tables. So exactly what Metzley jacked into. Otherwise, the walls. It's not like you see power outlets or consoles on the walls or anything like that.
This may not be the best place to access the egg frame mainframe. And I honestly want nothing to do with the brainwash tentacles. So I don't know how helpful I'm going to be, Kate.
Realize I should probably check my skills as well. That seems like it would be a good idea.
We could also just wait until another room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe we wait until we get to the next room.
And I mean, this is probably true of pretty much everything you've been. The only thing you've seen some crystal display type stuff embedded in the walls, but it's not like walking through a human designed complex where you've got outlets. Everything is just stone and crystal, and it's merged together. You've never seen anything resembling a port or access. This would be the closest you've ever seen to anything like that. Even in the lab, like all the devices seemed standalone. They just sat places. There's no power plugs or anything like that.
Nanites.
I do have things I want to do with nanites, but I can do them while mostly Jackson, I guess.
Because yeah, that's probably the most in retrospect, the most unusual thing about the lab is all of the devices, including those things that were activated and used. There was nothing resembling power plugs. Everything was like an independent device. All right.
Enjoy the Matrix.
I just want to tell you good luck, and we're all counting on you.
I'm moving to the far side of the room because I want nothing to do with this.
All right. So, Dr. Flores,
Hello.
are you jacking back into the Matrix?
I'll definitely go over to one of the umbilical cords. I assume I am still very sore. That's
no,
fine.
that's gotten better.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to check if I have nanites now, but
You didn't.
shit, it's now occurring to
Assume
Quinn
always.
that she should have done that.
Always nanites.
Because if they're nanites, then Mesley's gonna get real different real fast. What? Who said that? So I'd go over to one and I'd probably, I guess, to Billy because she is my assigned Ducky TM. Just kind of, I don't play well with others. You get that, right?
Yeah, you've made that pretty clear.
Okay, good. Just make sure that the suit seals up so I don't, like, you know.
I'm not going to let anything happen to you if I can prevent it.
Okay, that's good to know. And Dan, would I have gathered from this point that I could go for like an arm or a leg instead of the
Yes.
fleshy spit? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of pick one up and just cheers and go for like my left thigh.
All right. So yeah, similar process. You sort of have to breach the suit and repair it and slide it in. And this time, sort of like as you slide it in, it's sort of just like hovering over. You've got it pressed in. You haven't quite like jabbed it in yet. It's sort of just, you feel like a wiggle and it slides in. And your brain goes elsewhere. Or your mind, at least, rushes along into a now familiar space. And as you stand in this darkness, blue streams of light and alien data streaming by, a humanoid figure sort of resolves in front of you. But it begins like sort of, as it greets you, it shifts through multiple different personages. So instead of just appearing as Donahue, it mostly rotates through your 5 other companions here. I need you to make an intellect defense roll for me, please, Dr.
Okay.
Flores.
Okay, I am trained in that now.
Yep. You don't know the level of the challenge, but you've reduced it by 1.
Okay. I probably should have gotten a list of questions before I did this, huh? Oh well. Okay, so I have that training, and then I don't know if I have. What am I doing? I'm rolling.
Yeah, it's an intellect defense, so you've got the level of skill, so that's all you can get from that.
Okay.
And of course you can spend effort from your intellect.
I'm going to do that. I will spend 2 effort.
Okay.
Which sorry, numbers are hard. So how much does that end up spending?
That would be 5 points minus whatever your edge is.
Okay.
Intellect.
Cool. No, that does not bring me down to 3. That brings it down to 3. Whoops. Numbers are hard. Don't fuck me. That's a natural 20.
Excellent. So as you can just feel sort of, that buzz sort of ramp up into this like loud buzzing sound. And it's not in your head because, of course, your whole being here in this place, which sort of, you look down and see yourself, but all of that is really just your mind. So the buzzing is sort of rippling through all of your body, essentially, in this space. But as you look down and you can see sort of your form almost like wanting to vibrate apart, but you clamp down until it becomes like crystalline diamond solidified in the space. And you get actually a brief look of surprise across the face of, at this moment, what looks like Marcus staring at you. And the eye just says, interesting. Better than expected.
I am a bit of a perfectionist.
Indeed. Well, perhaps that bodes well.
I'd like to think so.
What can I do for you, Dr. Flores?
What can you tell me about this path to the void?
The path of ritual.
Yes.
Well, Dr. Flores. And the eye sort of takes a step forward, and it begins like shifting until it no longer looks human, and has taken on a more shadowy appearance of one of these Martian individuals, and the wings sort of spread out as it looms over you. If one is going to embrace the void, the way must be prepared. Mind, body, and soul.
So what can we expect moving forward?
Oh, well, that would rather spoil the surprise, I should think, but beyond that, it would be counterproductive to the preparation. All I can say is you can expect to discover many things about yourself. Just how far you're willing to go. What's important to you.
And once we've done that,
well, then the way is opened.
And what do we get to see on the other side?
The trueness of all that came before.
I see. Obviously, you know what I'm moderately capable of. I have to go convince 5 other people who are terrified of everything to do this. So any concrete information would be excellent.
Well, the path, the rooms, all of this place was once functional for a group that stayed here. There is a great deal of information and knowledge within the rooms themselves. I rather think there is something to appeal to everyone. And this place is adaptive. It may have been designed by aliens, as you would call them, but this place is close. The veil is thin here. This is the path to the deepest deep, where the void is close and the judging eye does not see.
Is the judging eye the king that you mentioned?
No. The king is a herald, an agent of the void. The king is a path to power. But judgment is never far behind. Tell me, Dr. Flores, how much do you care what happens to your soul after this life, after your flesh falls away and fails?
I'd like to think that I can find a way here to beat death some way.
A noble pursuit.
Not really. Not the way I do it.
There are many ways depending on what your priorities are. After all, who are you, Dr. Flores? Are you your body? Are you your mind? Are you your soul?
Certainly not body. That would be foolish. But I think I'd like to transcend a little bit from just kind of gesture this.
Well, and he sort of turns and like gestures at the streaming bits of data flowing around. And briefly to your sight, they kind of resolve into shapes of individuals streaming and flitting around. They transcended in one manner of speaking. Others have taken different paths. Well, the question is again, mind or soul? It may be difficult to transcend both.
So in what manner did they transcend? What are they? Who are they?
Minds.
I see. I don't know if I would call being stuck in your manner of existence transcendence, per se.
Well, you've yet to really experience it, have you?
Well, I suppose you'll have to show me.
You're just an outsider looking in.
In more ways than you know.
This place is infinite. It's the noosphere. The plane of existence of the mind of all minds connected.
That's fascinating.
They took their minds here, although their souls went elsewhere.
Forfeit to the void, I'm assuming.
Indeed.
Well, I suppose that's an option to consider.
It is. Most of these here are what you quaintly have called Martians, although there are others who have been taken.
Any of my species?
A few.
Were they taken during the Mars incident?
They were.
Good to know.
A fortuitous opportunity.
What are they used for, since they didn't go willingly?
Oh, they're not the first to be here against their will. We're always learning, Dr. Flores.
And what exactly are you?
Well, I've said before, I watch.
Are you artificial or organic?
Oh, I'm definitely not organic. Although, do you mean were my origins organic?
Yes.
No. I was created to protect this place. There's a phrase from your people to protect this place from all enemies, foreign and domestic, as it were.
And when do we start to meet some of the more domestic?
Oh, well. Here? In the sphere? The void ship? None living.
Otherwise?
There are minds here. There are souls here and there. Bodies aplenty.
Good to know.
Any other immediate questions, Dr. Flores?
I don't think so. But you'll probably be seeing me again.
Oh, I'm quite counting on it.
And I don't necessarily mean in the permanent capacity.
That remains to be seen, I suppose.
It does. I have options to consider.
Although there is always, he sort of turns and gestures. And I think at this moment, he's wearing Natasha's face. Sort of goes back into a human type form. And a sort of facsimile of yourself appears and is looking back at you. It's rather easy to copy a file, Dr. Flores.
But it can never compare to the original.
Identical in every way. At least until the moment you return, when the divergence occurs. But forking a copy of a mind is a rather trivial process when you so willingly put yourself in the noosphere.
Fascinating.
So you see, Dr. Flores, in a way you've already transcended. Congratulations.
I suppose I'll thank you later, rather than now.
Perhaps so. As I said, we're always learning.
Learned anything interesting from mine, then?
Oh, so very much, Dr. Flores.
And I expect you'll return the favor, as we discussed.
I believe I've already shared a fair amount of information, as well as provided a key.
You did, but
When things are suitably prepared, the door shall open to you. The choice to step through is always yours.
of course, you would never provide an illusion of choice. That would be unethical.
Well, does free will really exist?
Well, that's a
After all.
conversation I could have for hours, but
Our philosophers debated it for millennia.
and I assume they determined it doesn't.
It all depends.
Of
How
course.
chained is one's soul? The mind and the body, merely machines, moving through time and space. What follows, always determined by what came before. But some souls, well, manage to rise above the fray.
Are they what? She just wants to be part of it. Are those souls the ones you would call gods?
Well, that's a rather loaded term.
You used it, not me.
Yes. Well, let's just say that there are souls that have been in the void long before my creators ever encountered them, and those that have joined them since. Some accumulate a certain amount of power. But gods, angels, demons, agents, heralds, all just names, Dr. Flores. Neat little bins for limited mortal minds to place things in.
Well, then I guess I'll start to have to Get rid of a couple bins. What about the one in the mask? What can you tell me about that?
The yoked soul, Amon. Once mortal, punished for transgressions, made useful.
Dangerous?
Everything's dangerous, Dr. Flores.
You know what I mean.
Imminently? No. Perhaps not, but there's always that slow sort of corruption, isn't there?
I assumed it would eventually consume her one way or another, but, timelines are nice. Neat.
Impossible to predict. Perhaps her soul will consume his.
And that would be something I would be very interested to witness. Void Kitty.
The eye reaches down and just grabs one of the souls. Or the mind, sorry.
Is this the only way to access you? It's rather inconvenient.
Well, at least in your current capacity, I suppose.
Does my capacity, as you put it, increase with use?
Well, this is a purely technological means of accessing the noosphere. There are other paths which perhaps you may explore, if you put your mind to it.
I'll keep that in mind.
I suppose, since copying is so easy, I can think of one way.
And what's that?
Well, you have an artificial construct with you. Can
We
give you
do.
a data chip left behind, a little shard when the umbilical is retracted. I could leave a copy. You could insert this in that doting sphere and, well, I'm sure I'm more than a match for whatever digital intelligence resides inside it. Frankie, is it that you call it?
Not by choice. I can foresee that being objectionable by some, but that is an option to consider.
Well, let's just say that I'll leave you the means. It's up to you whether you use it or not.
That's fair. And appreciated.
Excellent. Well then, Dr. Flores. Time doesn't mean much to me, but I think we're rather done here.
I'd agree.
Excellent. And you sort of just feel yourself like rushing back to your body. And indeed, if and when you sort of remove the umbilical, you can feel a small sort of like a splinter remaining behind, sort of tucked just underneath the skin.
Neat. How much time was that?
Not very long. We'll find out what happens during that time in just a second.
Ola is so talkative tonight.
The void
It's
must
amazing.
Demand souls.
Feed me
She-
The void is
Us
hungry.
consume.
Yeah, she's like, feed me now. God damn it. And what I just gave her will not satisfy. I'll have to open another package here in a second.
The void is never satisfied.
There it is.
It is, that's right. It consumes all.
It
Uh,
does.
So during that time, I think Glitch was planning on doing something while everyone else sort of stood and watched. So what you up to, Glitch?
I want to take out my new toy. By new toy, I mean ancient nanite programming artifact.
Yes.
And I messed with it all night,
Yep.
and I learned that I can use my charge ability to activate it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to take a canister of the blank nanites.
Mm-hmm.
You're using blanks right now.
Yep.
And program them to let's see what I want these ones to do. Oh, I remember. I would like them, if I can, to start constructing a device. Because in theory, they can become anything. So I could program them to make a very particular item, possibly. I don't know if I have enough nanites.
Okay.
I would like to construct an EMP.
Okay. This is probably something that will take some time. And how long would be dependent on the size. So like a small device, like the nanites that are in a single canister, right, would have like a very limited, it'd be like an EMP grenade sort of thing. You know,
I
very
think we'll
limited.
start there
Okay.
just to see if things even work.
Okay. So first things first, roll me a d6, please.
Oh, goodness. I don't have one of those on me. Dice. 6.
All right. The artifact is a 10th level artifact.
Ooh, shit.
So it is pretty potent. So that is good. So
Question.
yes.
Since it's a 10th level, the charge ability says that it costs 1 intellect plus 1 point per level of device. So is this costing me 11 intellect?
That's a good question. So the charge ability is to like charge it up.
Yeah, this allows a single use of an artifact or other device, not a cipher.
Yeah, that's right. That is, yes, that is true. That is what it would take to charge it totally up.
Okay, yep, we'll do that.
For a use. Okay. All right.
So with edge, it becomes 9.
That's right. If you have an edge of
Okay.
yeah. Yep, that will subtract off. Okay. So yes, so the charge, and then I'm gonna have to you'll do yeah, no, that's good. So they begin to work.
Okay. And I just think
Uh,
I'd turn it on and then put it away so no one else is around to see it.
Well, so you charge it up, and so the nanites themselves get programmed. But what they have to do is they actually have to construct it. So they need raw material.
Okay. Anything in particular, or can they go out and find what they need?
They can go out and find what they need for sure.
Cool. I'll make sure they go do that.
All right. So you basically open the canister, and like a sort of cloud just disperses out because they're too small to see. But they were concentrated, and then they disperse out. And they just go to one of the nearest, more complex devices. So probably one of these tables, because the tables have crystal and like these electrical and umbilicals and stuff in them. And they start dissolving part of it and building something. But it will take them time. It'll probably take them a few hours to do it.
Okay. Can I put into their programming when it's done to come to me? Or are they no longer going to be able to do things like that because they will have made a device?
Yeah, and I think it's because, too, it's like, you know, the nanites are the size of, like, individual bacteria, so they're just not going to be capable of, like, carrying something.
Yeah, okay. All right. We'll have to double back.
Yeah, and definitely within a couple hours, if you come through the room again, it will be there and waiting. All right. Is anyone else doing anything otherwise while Dr. Flores does her thing? I'm going to say it's actually only like a minute or two.
No, but Eva's standing fairly close to Marcus and doesn't really leave his side very willingly.
Okay.
Billy and Natasha are playing the clap game. Natasha has never played this game in her life, so she's like, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and then Dr. Flores like wakes up.
Is it the same level of disorientation as the last time?
It is not.
Interesting. So I'll just sit up. How long was I out?
Surprisingly, a short amount of time.
About a minute.
Oh. That's good.
How do you feel?
Fine.
How many fingers?
4.
Okay.
Technically 10.
You're. Mentally will remember that. Okay, let's go.
You want to tell us what you learned inside your brain palace?
Well, it's not my. Well, technically. Not a lot, actually. This is very weird. I don't think there's a centralized. And she gets frustrated, and you can see that she really wants a cigarette, and she can't have one. She can't have tea either, so those are 2 strikes. And she'll look at Eva. And not say anything, but there's something there. I think it's as safe as it's going to get. So we should probably just get moving.
So you don't have any information. You didn't
Nothing.
ask any questions.
Nothing relevant, no.
I think we established that all information is relevant, though.
I think you established that, Delgado, yes.
I think we established from last time you like to ask a lot of questions.
If it's not going to get any of us killed, then fine.
It won't.
Will it destroy any of us?
Not to my knowledge.
Metzley will tell us when she's good and ready. And I trust her to do that. So Marcus is going to summon his shield and walk in front of the group and kind of get ready to start walking down the hallway.
I open a private comm to Marcus and say, that's not what I expected.
It's what I've got.
On everyone's comms, you hear Kane go, nice.
Marcus does like the nod, but with the shield, where it's like, everyone fall in. We're moving out.
Copy.
Away. Hey, Tall Squall, thanks for the raid.
Hey,
Hey!
thanks so much. There's been lots of feelings.
All the feelings tonight. We haven't left the same room we started in yet.
We haven't gone any. Well, we haven't gone many places.
Metzley went somewhere.
As we're moving away, can I open a private comm to Eva?
Absolutely.
Remember what we talked about last night? About a person I remembered.
Yeah.
That person used to say that nothing would get in the way of his research. So I want to make sure I'm not the only one that's still keeping a cautious eye out.
She actually like laughs. Don't worry, Glitch. I don't know what to think about a lot of things, but Dr. Flores and I do not see eye to eye in a lot of things. And I don't know. I don't think I haven't trusted her since the beginning. I don't know if I ever will.
Okay.
But I don't think
I'm not the only one.
I don't think that she's trying to actively do anything to us. I think she's just too damn smart for her own good. And it's making her a bit short-sighted or blind to the things that are around her. It can be both.
She reminds me of him a lot. And I'm sure he was once just a very, very smart guy too. But when you want something for yourself really bad, sometimes you go a little blind-eyed to everyone around you.
Yeah.
And anyway, I just it was a good talk this morning, but it didn't resolve a lot of things.
Eva will kind of stop. She was walking next to Marcus. She'll stop or she'll turn and she'll just kind of wait for Glitch to catch up, and we'll just like plop a gloved hand on his helmeted head.
I like head pats. I don't know why you don't normally do these in hugs. They're really nice.
Well, it can be our hug then. This is how we'll hug now. And she'll go back up to where Marcus was.
All right. So, room 4 was what you were headed for. So, after traversing the twisted labyrinthine corridors, and you can sense that you're descending deeper down into the inverted pyramid towards its bottom peak or bottom point. You enter into a room. In the middle of the room, like in so many others, is inlaid the 4th symbol. There are rows of large cylinders, black or like a dark gray color, metallic cylinders, lining the room. The floor is carpeted in bones and bits of carapace, with a little bit of a fine, dusty powder overlaying everything. And the cylinders are leaking a foul, black, oily substance. And there are 2 curved lines in the floor that are all contain cylindrical or holes, like tubes down into the floor, that have the same sorts of dimensions as the canisters dotted around the room, although they are all open and empty, whereas the other canisters are sealed. The canisters are a good, like 9 feet high and quite big around. And there is one of these saddle-like chairs against one of the walls. There are motifs sort of inscribed all around it. And there is the mummified remains of one of these Martians seated in the saddle-like chair with clad in sort of elaborate regalia. So it has kind of the equivalent of a hooded robe and metallic ornaments, at the wrists, around the throat, some sort of headdress on, that hangs down over. And prominent, hanging on its chest, is a large necklace, but one of those ones that has like a really large symbol on it that hangs almost like a chest piece because it's so large, shaped like a tablet made out of emerald.
As soon as we get in there, Billy's gonna kind of stretch her arms out and be like, well, welcome to the necromancer's lair. Samagina, also called Gamagen, talks to the dead, summons the dead, raises those in purgatory, and then forces them to speak at the behest of the summoner.
No one touched the canisters.
I think it's really delightful in here. I really like what they've done with the place.
Billy, may I intrude?
Yes, you can.
So, as you sort of finish your sentence,
Oh.
a dusty voice. Oh, sorry. So, who would you like to give the XP to?
Ava.
All right.
I think Ava.
So, as you finish your sentence and as Glitch sort of responds to you, a dusty voice comes from the direction of the mummified remains.
Cool.
Would you speak with the dead celebrants?
Oh, fuck. Billy will do am I the only one who hears this? No one else hears this, is that right?
Everybody hears it.
Oh.
Eva is not okay.
Billy will step forward through the group up to the front and give a little bow. Yes.
What answers do you seek? The mouth doesn't move, but the voice clearly comes from that direction.
Love it. It's great.
Marcus
You
hasn't.
can see,
Oh.
no one else sees this, but Billy, you can see this. Almost like a faint shimmering outline over top of the corpse. That like mirrors it, dresses it like a skin.
Marcus is just very close to right behind Billy. Not interceding, but just like ready to put himself between whatever this is and her at a moment's notice.
Very slowly and rotate around to the group like.
Are you asking us what questions we have?
Or perhaps if there's anyone someone wants to speak to. I will turn back around. Who is it that you keep here?
We keep millions of the dead here.
Eva's gonna slowly make her way forward to where Billy is.
And Billy's already like got her hand out. She's just waiting for Ava to get there to hold her hand.
Payne is also gonna go up on the other side of Ava.
Glitch is going to move towards the canisters.
Do you know who I want to talk to?
Eva, are you saying that to the corpse?
Yeah.
I do. Speak it. Say the name.
I'm gonna open a private comm to Billy. I don't think she likes what she's about to say.
James Delgado.
And there's a brief pause. And then a light wind sort of stirs through the room, causing some of the dust to sort of spiral up into the air. And then, well, that's not necessarily the best music for that moment. The problem with playlists, usually it's been on, but when it's off.
Boy.
James's voice just comes to you very confused sounding. Eva?
Is it coming from this figure that's sitting on the...
No, it sort of comes like just off to the side of it. I will say to Metzley that you can see a faint outline of a person.
And this is probably a good time to let the audience know that I also see beyond.
Eva? Where am I?
You're really far from home.
Yeah.
I can't see you.
I can't see you either. It's still dark, but I can hear you. And that's something. I guess we just get to speak.
I've been thinking for 5 years what in the world to say, and I have no idea what to say. I'm sorry.
I know. It's hasn't been that long for me. It seems like, well, seems like it was seconds ago that you walked out the door. But it seems like a million years too at the same time. But I'm okay. I'm okay. It's quiet, you know? None of the worries. None of the stress. It's you know that feeling when you've been really busy and your brain's just crammed full of every little thing that happened, that you heard, that you saw, that you did, that you wish you did, that you wish you said, that you wish you didn't say. And it just goes. And you can't sleep. But then, you know that feeling when you finally drift off and you wake up the next day and realize you were just beating yourself up over nothing? It didn't matter. And you feel refreshed and peaceful. It's like that. I'm okay. You've been doing good things.
I miss you.
I miss you too. You know, the one thing that you know, sometimes regrets are okay, but the only thing that I regret is not saying I love you that one last time. But I'm saying it now.
Love you too.
I don't think they're like gonna let me stay very long. I think it
I don't think
works
so.
like that. But I'm in a good place, and we'll be together again when it's all done.
Yeah.
Don't expect the pearly gates though.
I just want
But
it to
it's
be
like
quiet.
it's nice to be quiet. It's dark and peaceful. Like having the comforter pulled over your head for a million years.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Well, I guess the other thing we didn't get to say before was goodbye. But see you again.
Goodbye.
You'll be okay. You were always the strong one.
I'm stronger with you, though.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. But, you'll find your path. You always could. I've got faith in you. And I'll be watching. This place is closer here. I think I can do that at least. So I'll have your back.
Okay.
And you sort of get the air sort of that was hanging in the room sort of drops. Like there was a certain pressure there that you didn't quite notice until it goes away. And to Dr. Flores' eye sees this indistinct shape sort of just fade out, sort of like the wind pulled it away out of the room.
Marcus is gonna step over and just envelop Ava in a hug.
She's just gonna stand there for a bit. And just kind of reach up and half hug the arms that are around her and squeeze the hand that's holding hers. But won't say anything else.
Based on what I saw and my conversation earlier with the eye, did any of that look like it was a trick?
I don't think so.
Okay. Then I'll... Oh, go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
Okay. I'll open the comm to Billy again and just say, did you see that?
Oh, I think you're
You're
muted,
muted.
Emma.
Sorry. Because Billy is not in a suit, she will kind of like, while Marcus is hugging Ava, will actually just walk over to stand next to Metzli.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she'll probably still open comms because she's awkward. But will quietly say, no, but I'm very interested to know why you thought Ava wouldn't like that.
Just a hunch.
You're lying. And duckies don't lie.
I learned some very strange things that I don't know how to talk about yet.
That is significantly easier than saying nothing. Because I have to trust you with my life currently. So please at least tell me that you're processing.
I'm processing.
So, Glitch, you had said you were moving towards the canisters.
Yeah.
So while this conversation was happening, what's Glitch doing?
Sorry, I can't help but laugh at Emma's reaction there. Having seen a mummified body of one of these aliens,
Mm-hmm.
the size of the individual canisters doesn't
Yes.
look like they are designed for creatures of that dimension.
Absolutely, they do.
Okay. Does it look like there is some sort of access point or control terminal or something that would allow these to be opened?
They are quite smooth, but you notice that on one side there is a indentation for a 3-fingered, 1-thumb clawed handprint, which looks like the hands on the Martians.
I will put my... I know I told everyone not to touch these, but I don't think he could help it. I will put my human hand over top that.
Yeah, and sort of just like wedge your fingers, and they're small in comparison because they're big. Can I intrude here?
Yeah, go for it.
Who would you like to give the other XP to?
My ducky, which is Kane.
Okay. So you put your hand in this handprint, and there is a hissing sound as the canister, the top, like a seam appears where the top is sealed on, and you can hear or you can see this gas sort of leak out of it, and more of this black fluid bubbles out and like runs down the side, running over your hand, like coating it, or the suit, of course, that you're wearing, coating it. And another seam sort of splits down the side of the canister, and it hinges open, and out pours, spilling across the floor, gallons of black sludge and a skeleton as it clatters to the floor. And the voice comes from the mummified corpse. The dead have spoken. And the black liquid sort of slithers and coalesces around the bones on the floor, and the skeleton pushes itself to its feet.
Was that your casket or your womb?
And its head swivels towards you, and there's like a slow, like, splattering sound as bits of this, tar-like substance kind of drip off of it occasionally onto the floor, where they merge in the puddle around its feet, which then continues to flow back up onto the bones, giving it the semblance of this tarry black flesh. And the jaws creak open. Is there always a difference?
Beginning and ends, right?
Existence is a circle until it is broken. The dead sleep until they are called.
And did we call you?
I have been summoned. You woke me.
I just couldn't help myself. Doesn't seem fair to exist in a tube.
Only my bones slumbered, while my flesh putrefied and atrophied. But my mind and soul were elsewhere.
Where did they go?
I do not know where I was kept. But now my soul rides my flesh once again.
And what will you do now?
I am not free.
How do we change that?
That is a question. My soul is bound in service.
To him?
No. He is merely the priest. I serve Paimon. And that's where we're going to end for the night, folks.
That music cut and everything.
No,
Your
no,
faces.
all right, listen.
I got so close to punching this mother.
Yeah.
I still haven't decided if I'm not going to or not.
The Amnon face mask is looking a real bad choice now. We serve Amnon. Putrefied bones. We're in purgatory. This is purgatory.
Oh no, the soul said he serves Paimon.
Yeah, Paimon.
Oh, I thought it said Amnon. Okay, fine. Billy, continue to wear the mask. You're fine.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna continue.
That's really
to wear
fun.
a mask.
Oh yeah, I thought you said Amnon. No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Well, Paymon's still not great.
No, he's not. He's really not.
But worse.
Worse.
Significantly
worse.
so.
But
Yeah.
Billy's face is safe, and that was the main concern.
My faces, my soul.
Not so much, probably.
Eat his soul. Eat
Yeah.
his soul up.
Yes, devour his.
To devour theirs.
Yeah, Metzley,
Become strong.
could you have revealed that for once?
Yeah.
Just working on it.
Give it time.
Yeah, that's the
Give it
thing.
time.
She's like, "Is
Give
it
it a
skittish,
secret.
dear?"
We're getting the
Anyway.
secrets.
We
Oh my
probably
god.
should round out. This
Oh my god. No. Let's go forever.
Void Kitty.
All right. So yes, let's go through and we'll do our favorite moments and quick outros. I think we'll save our character arc advancements we'll do it off screen over Discord and stuff over the next couple of days.
Totally.
Since we ran a little late because you were getting into some good territory, so we had to let it play out. So we will go and start with Quinn.
Hi, I'm Quinn at Quintastic __ on Twitter. My favorite moment, I mean, I get to go first, so I get to say the whole Eva James conversation, and no one else can copy me, TM. Woof. Big oof. Good shit, y'all. What else am I supposed to say?
Whatever you want. What should people look for you doing? Where are you gonna be?
I don't remember
what do you wanna-
anything right now outside of the session, so just look me up on Twitter.
That's totally fine too. That's fair and valid. We all say a lot on Twitter about what we're doing, so it's a good spot to find us. All right. So I'll go over to Emma.
I lost my mouse. Hello. I'm Emma. You can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. You can find me here on Thursdays, and on Mondays you can also find me here for Grim Femmes Beyond the Veil, where we process real life trauma using a blend of systems with 5e, D&D 5e at the tour, with everyone in this lovely group except for Dan and Taryn. Doesn't mean we don't love them. So my favorite moment from this evening, I think my favorite moment from this evening was actually when we were sitting at the table together and Glitch asked a very pointed question at are your endeavors going to how did you phrase it? How did he phrase it? It was when he asked, like, are you gonna fuck shit up for us? Are you gonna do that? I also just thought that was a good conversation, but that particular question was really good. And that's me.
Excellent.
Wait, in not this weekend, but the following weekend, I will be on So Chatty with Maddie on his backstory show on Sunday, 7 p.m. Or 8 p.m. You know what? I don't remember the time. Check my Twitter, but he'll be interviewing me like about my life as a person. So.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Maria.
Oh, hello. I'm Maria. You can find me at Happy Capster on Twitter. I'm going to say the obvious one, which was Eva and James conversation. But I did also like that first, 45 minutes of the game where we were just all like, "Hey, y'all, we've had a night. Let's all just be like a team or whatever." And also every interaction that I have with Mesley is fantastic, and they hate each other, and it's fine. I am also here on Thursdays, surprise, but I'm also in this space on Sundays with Urban Shadows, which is great. And also Mondays on Grim Fence with all of those good, wonderful people who do wonderful things. Beyond that, I am part of Goblin Society Games at Society Goblins on Twitter, where we do a lot of magic items for D&D 5e. We just released our homebrew 5e module, the Kobold Grinder. It's super fun, super crazy. You can find it on our website, which is linked in our Twitter. So go check it out.
Excellent. Val.
I am Val and I'm losing my mind. I have a whiteboard next to me. Things are written on it. It's fine. Hi, I'm Val. You can find me at the Nerdy Niffler on the Twitters. You can also find me here on Fridays for Courts of the Shadow Fae. Everything is going terrible. I have a son, apparently, because blood magic is weird. I'm also here on Mondays with Grim Femmes. And don't remember favorite moments was obviously the Eva James conversation, because obviously but also tied with that was he is just the priest, I serve Paimon, and the music cut. I'm losing my mind. I'm gonna go use my conspiracy board for a really long time. Goodbye, y'all, have fun.
All right, Darren.
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Taryn. You can find me on the Twitters at TarzanOZ. Here on Thursdays and also here on Sundays for Urban Shadows. We're getting into the meat of some stuff. We've introduced some new characters. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. But favorite moment tonight, Glitch touching the thing, because I always love it when people touch the thing, even if it's not me touching the thing. But yeah.
Yeah, touch the thing.
Also
Always
getting
touch the
super
thing.
emotional with Ava and James, but that was just like background stuff. So.
All right, and Anders.
Hello, I'm Anders. You can find me at Anders_D_K on the internet. I'm here for this on Thursdays. I'm here for Grim Femmes on Mondays. If you want to see me in space, not super sad with a mysterious backstory and a need to touch anything that's in a canister or made of a nanite, you can see me on Dice Priori at 10:30 EST playing a very, very pink pinup companion / medic in a Firefly game, which is a very different space tone than this.
Yes.
But if you like this space tone, or in particular sad space, I'm writing a game. It's a one-person RPG about being really sad in space, and I'd like to put some art in it, but art costs money because artists are fantastic. So I have a coffee. It's on my Twitter. That's all. Give me money for art, please.
Excellent. That is a very valid reason for people.
We need more sad space games.
We
It
do,
is the
and we
saddest space game.
and we need to
Boy.
fund more art from fantastic artists and pay them and have them do stuff for our games. So I think that is great, Anders, and I really appreciate that is such a priority in your design process. So I think that is a wonderful community building approach. Me, you see my shit down below. I'm here. I'm on Twitter. Mostly just occasionally tweeting something interesting these days and retweeting friends and supporting them. And you can follow pretty much everything we do for Variant Roles on the Twitter. We tweet stuff for our schedule daily and send it out what we're doing. So in particular, pay attention around like 9 Eastern in the morning and sometime in the afternoon and early evening as we send out tweets about what is coming up for the day. And of course, as always, if you want to support what we're doing here, we've got Patreon, we've got Twitter, we've got merch, we've got everything. You know, follow, subscribe, watch, tweet, all good. All fantastic ways to support us here. And definitely come and check out what everyone else is doing because there's so much good stuff. So yeah, definitely tomorrow, Courts of the Shadow Fae and Portland Files. And Saturday morning, there's more D&D Saturday mornings in hell with Eugenio and his descent into Avernus game, which is fantastic. I think we were planning on being able to do another review episode because we were going to do them every 2 weeks, but I think we're actually still waiting on the materials for all of our future reviews because it hasn't arrived yet. So I don't think there'll be a review this week. But once we have some more stuff come in, we'll have those going out. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that's it for me. So thank you all. And I just realized today's episode we got so caught up in our recaps that we didn't run our opener.
Why, Dan? Was it
Oh.
different today? Was it different today? Can we run it as a
Can
closer?
we watch it now? Can we watch it now, Dan?
Can we watch it now for us? Can
Oh,
it just be for us?
It didn't change.
Ah!
Can we watch it anyway?
Yeah, we can watch it on our out here.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
good night, everybody. Love y'all.